Welcome to October's lunchtime learning video. The power of the blog comment. Now how am I going to make this thing go down? Yeah, hopefully it worked for me. Yay! Why are comments important? Actually, I've got a confession to make with you. Long time ago I didn't do any comments on blogs, and it's probably because I was scared. And if you feel you are in the same era about being scared to write comments, don't worry, you're not alone. There's lots of people out there who feel exactly the same way as you. In fact, only 10% of people ever write a comment when they've read a post, and of that, only 1% of them actually do so on a regular basis. This is such a shame because I feel comments are so important, because that's why I've written this video about it, and also my ebook, which I'll be discussing about in the the end of this video, so that more people are educated in how to write comments and the benefits of them, the more likely they are to go ahead and do so. So, why are comments important? They allow interaction. Blogs are designed for interaction. Therefore, it's important that you should encourage interaction through commenting through the blogs, and that's why comments are great. They allow the person who reads the blog to leave their thoughts, observations and points of view, and to continue the conversation, to continue the content matter of the post, and this is done through the editable area at the bottom of the post, the comment box, where the content is written and then published. Why should we comment? Conversation is a great method of communicating, and communicating is a great method of interaction, and that is the reason why blogs are created in the first place. You can definitely create a conversation through commenting on blogs. It's forming a sense of community with each other, a sense of creating relationships with each other, to make some really great friends out there. And all this done through conversation, which is all done through interaction, which is all done through commenting. It's all basically connected together. Leaving your feedback and sharing your opinions on commenting enables people to understand what you feel, what you know, what information you can provide, how you can show appreciation to others. There's lots of reasons why commenting can only be a good thing if it increases the conversation and extends the community, builds up relationships with other bloggers in the blogosphere. Benefits of commenting. If you provide good value within your comments and you add content to the post and people like what you read and appreciate your knowledge and expertise, you can set yourself up as a thought leader. And if they want to know more about you, they will go through the links and read more about you on your blog, on your website. Most comments now are obviously you will create a link back to your blog or whatever web address you've put in. And if a blog is a do follow link comment system, then obviously the search engines will go down there and help index your blog as well. And of course, the more you manage to put your opinions and information around the net on the people's blogs, the more visibility you will gain through this manner, through the links back to your blog. Spam is a real problem. Therefore, it's very important to make sure that you put up the correct prevention measures, like activating Kismet and putting in plugins like the conditional capture plugin that makes sure the person who leaves a comment is human. It's this way you are going to be able to block out most spam, which is only there to cause mischief or worse sometimes if they leave malware and stuff on your blog. So apart from being a bit of a pain in the bum, they can actually be quite horrible and nasty, and you never know what's going on with spam. The important thing to do is to be able to recognize it. And don't get fooled by people, because a lot of spam now is left by humans, because they've realised now that the various prevention methods that stop robots from entering obviously stops the spam from getting through. So I'm afraid there's lots of people out there, humans, who now write spam, enter spam, thousands and thousands of spam on loads and loads of blogs. What a waste of time and effort, but obviously there must be a reason or they wouldn't do it. So it's important to be aware that if these humans do manage to get through the spam capturing nets, you learn to recognise them, and so that you can therefore immediately delete it and not publish it. Creating a good comment is important because if you are able to continue the conversation in a worthwhile and constructive manner that's clear, helpful, polite and to the point, it's more likely to be accepted as a comment, and it's more likely to be read by the others, and it's more likely to be appreciated by the author, and more likely to be commented on, and the conversation is continuing in that manner. So sometimes it's actually common sense what goes into a good comment. So if you provide, you read stuff well, and you provide something worthwhile for people to read, and you show your appreciation, and you make sure that when you write stuff, it's actually written well. Make sure it isn't just a short block which is incomprehensible. You correct your spelling, you make sure the grammar is right, you correct your sentence syntax, you don't use too much excessive punctuation. And you make sure that what is written is good, comprehensible English, or whatever your language is, then it's more likely to not be classified as spam or get through the moderation filters. Now, etiquette. Other people worry about etiquette, but I actually wouldn't, because most of it's common sense. Read the post properly. Make sure you understand the subject before you leave an answer. Make sure that you don't miss out the most vital point of the post, so that when you comment it is something worthwhile reading, or you haven't missed the point. Sometimes it's very easy to recognise a spammer because they don't actually leave something worthwhile that is relating to the actual subject of the post. Don't get caught out by doing that. Write something worthwhile. Write something that actually gives proper content and put something worthwhile reading. Remember whose blog it is before you comment, so it's important to be polite and respectful in what you say. You don't have to be ingratiating, but you do have to be aware that other people are reading this as well as you, and also by being nice you are more likely to draw attention to yourself, and then people will appreciate what you've written, and that will increase the blogging relationship community factor again, which I spoke about earlier. Don't advertise yourself in your blog. Don't leave loads of links back to yourself. You may be classified as spam. Draw attention to yourself purely by what you write is worthwhile and credible and information and added value, and make sure that by being nice and helpful and kind, people are going to know more about what you've written, especially if it's helpful continuation of the post material, so that they go back through the links to find out more about what you do. Comment sociably. Commenting is interaction, which is all about being sociable, which is all about being conversations. But sometimes it's also, you've got to be aware that it's important for the author to answer comments. I know I'm a bad girl, I don't always answer my comments immediately. It's a shame, because if you do, sometimes most wonderful interactive threads can be created by a response to a comment. And then you get a reply to that comment, and you get a reply to that comment, and so on. And the most interesting conversations can actually occur from just the one initial comment. But also, there's nothing wrong with just appreciation of someone who spent time to leave a comment. Commenting creates blogging relationships, which is interaction. You never know who you might find, what connections you might make through blogging relationships. Lots of joint ventures and stuff are made from creating relationships online, and blogging and commenting on blogs is a great way to enhance that and to maybe create something interesting for the future. Reblog something worthwhile, show appreciation of somebody else who's written a fantastic post. And what you do is to avoid any duplication penalties. It's a good idea to maybe write a decent headline to draw attention to it, leave a nice encouraging and information based paragraph, and then a contextual link back to the blog. Then tell the author about it, and they hopefully will be appreciative and will comment on that, or go back to your blog to find out about more about what you do. Comment share with a friend. If you want to get start the comments going, share the load with a friend. If you post something, they should then be willing to come along and leave a comment on your blog. And likewise, if they post, you go and leave a comment on their blog. Sometimes just breaking the duck of comments can actually help other people to leave comments too. Sometimes a post without comment doesn't look popular, and therefore the content can be deemed as inferior. But by having a couple of comments, obviously it shows it's worthwhile reading, and more will follow. Get more comments. Now, the most obvious thing to do is to ask. If you don't ask, you don't get. Leave a really good, worthwhile, incentivized call to action at the bottom of your post. Ask if they want to leave more information or leave their opinion. There's nothing wrong with just a common old question that might encourage people to leave a comment. Play with your emotions. Make sure that they realise the person who's writing the post is actually a human being. There's not sometimes laying yourself bare, as long as you don't undermine yourself, can be a good thing, because people can relate to how you feel, especially if you do something funny or sad or angry or a rant. People love responding to rants. Admit something. Post lists are a great way of getting people to read your posts. They always want to learn something new, so why not leave a few out or ask for continuation? You've written 10 wonderful points about something, ask for 11 and 12, or ask for 10 more. You never know who might come up with some great feedback, which means you could then write a better post or something better in the future. And eliminate distractions. I know I think that everybody's aware that these links, these buttons that allow people to share a post on elsewhere on the social network is a good thing, because obviously it will expose your post to a much larger audience, and of course therefore more potential commenters than otherwise. But sometimes they can be distraction, and people find it much easier to click the like button than it is to actually write a comment in your comment box, which is a shame. So think of a way to encourage both, and therefore you'll have double whammy, and that certainly can also be worthwhile. People find commenting a bit of an ordeal. Sometimes the process is too complicated, especially if the comment box isn't obviously immediate, or the conditional capture system will prevent people from having to leave numbers and letters to prove that they're human, or even having to log in to leave a comment can be a bit of a off-putting, especially if you may have to do it with other social networking systems which they may not be a member of. So be aware to make it easier for people to leave a comment, and more encouraging. Usually there's lots of words you can put above, saying, I'd love to hear from you, or let me know your opinion, or things like that. Can just be a bit more accommodating when it comes to commenting. Sometimes the post doesn't have anything worthwhile saying. Or the person, they feel they haven't anything worthwhile saying because there's nothing they've gleaned from the post that could be continued. So make sure your posts are full of information that could encourage comments. A lot of people suffer from lack of self-confidence. It's just a shame, but encourage them. And also, I think once you've done it once, it's not the end of the world. People aren't horrible about what people say, and it is up to the blog author to congratulate the person, or thank the person, or show appreciation to the person for leaving a comment. If more niceness was put around the net in this way, more people would feel more compelled to leave a comment. And of course, some mobile devices, like smartphones, tablets and stuff, do have the design, the keyboard and design, and the way that you can write stuff isn't actually as easy as possible to write something as worthwhile. typing something with 2 thumbs isn't as easy as typing with all your fingers on a PC keyboard. So in this case, it's probably much easier to email the link of the post back to yourself so that you can comment later on your PC in much more comfort and style. Some people do feel the need to write nasty comments. This is a shame. It's not helpful, it's not encouraging, and it's sometimes not even clever. My attitude towards these guys is to either ignore them, if you have a moderation system in place, decide whether it's worth your while to delete them or not. But if you think it is purely because they've written something nasty because they don't understand what you've written, they're obviously maybe a little bit stupid, or they're maybe just out for a fight, you've got to make a decision whether it's worthwhile to continue with the conversation. Don't engage with them when you're angry. Leave it a while before you go back and respond to these guys. Let your subconscious create an appropriate answer. Maybe when you've calmed down, you could see their point of view, or maybe even you could correct them graciously, kindly, politely, so that they realise the error of their ways. Or if they are really horrible and they persist this, find a way to block them. Don't tolerate people who are nasty. Sometimes they make guys little sad individuals obviously out to cause trouble, be a complete pain in the bum. Just deal with them so they don't bother you again in the future. A lot of information I've put here can't always be said everything I want to say in one short video, so I've written an ebook about this. I've been trying to advertise this to you. I in the future will be wanting to write a library of ebooks about the things that I talk about, and because I feel so much more can be put into an ebook than be put into a short video. So this is my first one. Be nice to me. Come and read it for me. Come and buy it from me and read it for me. You can get it from the URL at the bottom of the page. And let me know through your comments what you think about it. I do welcome feedback. That's how we all survive and do better. Let me know through comments on my various posts. You'll see also the details. And I do hope you enjoy finding out more about commenting, because the more you know about it, the more likely you are to feel the need to go out there and do more commenting and increase your visibility and increase your interaction on the web, and therefore increase your prowess and get more business that way. So that's the end of October's video. I do hope you've enjoyed it. I look forward to speaking to you the next time.